Hi, everybody, and welcome to Dreams, Visions, and Appearances with myself and my beautiful co-host, Kelly, Kelly Healer. Thanks for being with us.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And yeah, thank you to everybody being here. And yeah, it's Aley and I tonight, and I'm so honored to be hanging out with you.
Thank you. So those of you who are on Teri's channel, you can stay there. That's perfectly fine. Teri will not be back till the end of April. She is in England visiting with her family. And so we will run the show on her channel as well, because she's, she could also use the timing, because she won't be posting. And Diana's still recuperating. Yeah. So there's the two of us, and it looks like we've got a lot of things to do. So we'll be able to get right to it this evening.
Yeah.
But we're really, really happy to have you here. Yeah.
Yes. So
very nice. Very nice. So the sun is out here in Washington, and it is 49 degrees and really beautiful outside. How about Southern Cal? Must be about 70 or so, right?
It's in the mid 60s, and it's cloudy, and they're predicting rain. Just by chance, it's not a sunny day.
Yeah.
I was telling Tim earlier when we were sitting out back, I said, I love days like this. Not 100 of them in a row.
No, I know.
I like them periodically, just the clouds and just the cool temperature. And
there you go. There you go. Yeah. And so we just flipped the switch, because usually I get that and you get the sun. So we traded today. We traded.
Yep.
Yeah. So I want to say hi to Ascending Universal Butterfly and Shine Love Truth Light Truth. And Jen Bowles is here. And so is, let's see, I got a lot of people that I've put in. Patricia Stokes, if you're still here. And you will see Teri posting, but that's because she and I have both. When I post or she posts, it comes up on both channels, just so you know. But Teri is not here, but is sending her love. Lorraine and Brina, and who else snuck in here? Peter Booker. Hello, sweetheart. It's nice to see you. Yeah. Oh, it's your 30th wedding anniversary, Peter.
Well, Peter.
I'm holding you in love, and I know Carolyn's right there with you. Absolutely.
Yeah, she's right by your side, Peter.
Yep, that's for sure. Hi, Annie Bear. Hi, Warrior Widow. And Linda Bishop. Good to see you. Charlie, Foxy Roxy. And I'm keep seeing holding your space. I know. We're holding your space, Teri. Patricia Francino is here. Yeah. And who else snuck in? Wiki, good. I got your dream up. And I also got yours, Wayne. Thank you for sending along. Debbie, 3 Shifting Veils. Good to see you, sweetheart. And Fox with the book. Who else snuck in here? Jules. Hi, Jules. Rossi's here. And yeah, we're going to, Simran. It's really, you had a dream of the Titanic. Ooh, well, that's pretty cool. Hi, Suzanne. Good to see you. And Aileen Bernard. Wonderful. So yes, thanks for being here, everybody. And so those of you who just came in, just reminding you that Teri is in England until the end of April. And Kelly and I are here today. And Diana will probably be here. I would think by next week she'll be back. But she's doing so. She's walking half a mile, for heaven's sake.
I know. Isn't that amazing? I am so happy, and I feel like we just keep cheering her on, and I'm so looking forward to seeing her, because I think you have, right? And you said she looks
like several times. Yeah. She looks really good. She looks very what's the word I want to say? Just energetic,
even refreshed.
And refreshed. Yeah. Isn't that great? There was a show out that I was watching, but I didn't end up finishing it. A movie called Shell. And it was with Elizabeth Moss, and it was.
I love her.
She's in her 40s, but they brought her back so that she could be in her, I don't know, prime of her life, 30s, whatever, by doing some kind of a medical thing. And I'm thinking, wow, wouldn't that be nice? Go into this little room and then come out and be 40.
Oh, wouldn't that be nice? Yeah. Little chamber.
Uh-huh. And know what you know now without having to go through all that experience.
Yes. Yes.
I know. Wouldn't that be nice?
A
Anyway.
chamber of youth.
Achiever of youth. Yep. All right. So we're going to just jump on in here. So shining love, light, truth. Another dream you had, another weird. Remember, all dreams are weird because they're like, this is crazy. You know, this would never. Anyway, you were in the woods with strangers and your cats. Many other animals wild, and then 3 big furry balls roll up, felt like they were foxes, then thought, are they going to go after my cats? Nope, they just joined the party. It was a crazy, all the animals were like in Snow White with so much love. I'm going through a top-down descending grace kundalini. Could this be why I am always, I'm going to find the next one, in higher chakras or realms? Dunno, although being in the woods, that's earth grounding. I'm always grounding due to top down. I think that's it, but let me double check. I think that's the end of it. So I know you can probably answer this question about her chakras and feeling like she's in the higher realms, can't you?
I really feel like that is your place to go when if ever you're feeling stuck, discombobulated, and sometimes we can, you know, like now my throat chakra just kind of like froze up. And sometimes we do, you know, feel, we literally can feel if a chakra is blocked. That is really your place to go. Woods, nature, trees, animals, that will clear and align your chakras. And I really feel too that not only going out there does that align and open and even expand your chakras. I feel like because it's so grounding, like some people go into nature and get grounded. When you go out there, you really, really, really get grounded. And what I feel like is because you're so grounded, that's when those downloads are coming in. So when you can get out there with your fur babies and just be out there, I mean, that's some major healing for you.
Very true.
And
so I the first card I pulled was trust, and those animals were trusting of each other because it's experience that comes in that makes them not trust each other. And so if they're pure of heart and spirit, then they trust. And what happened to me the other day was I went outside and there was a caribou. It's like a different type of deer across the street. And I said, hi, and he jumped away. So then I saw another one and he came up on my lawn. I have a fence, but he came up on my lawn. And instead of saying anything, I just waved.
I would too. Yeah.
And the animal went, but then it stayed there. It was like, what? Yeah, it stayed there. And then it didn't run away. It started eating the grass. I mean, I was far away, but it was like, it was not as scared because it was beginning to trust. And there wasn't this startling noise, you know, but I thought, how crazy was this? I'm waving at this thing and it sees me. It's funny. But using your intuition, shining love, in your own dream time, is showing you that that you you're grounding yourself, you're putting your feet to the earth, and as Kelly said, you've got these little babies. But it's so interesting that trust comes in because that's what would make a cat and foxes not go after each other. And the reason is you're ready for a new chapter. So I think you are downloading a lot more information and it's coming to you in this way. Yeah.
And I pulled 2 cards too. And I got that when you go out there, it is like, it's a portal opening. It's where you connect, and that the nature is a portal. And I got why too. And it was funny because Aley got trust and I got help to break help you to break free from fear, which is trust, right? It's the same, thing. And trusting that those animals weren't going to hurt your cat, you know, is something that you had to have faith you had to have
That's
faith
true.
in
That's true.
and trust.
Wow. Wow. Anyway, yeah, you're getting your own message, shining love light. You knew the answer really before you asked the question. But I love the way that you're making sense. You made sense of it when you told us this. Is it because you're always grounding down instead of up? And that's perfect. That's perfect.
That's your place. Your happy place.
Yep. So we have beautiful Wayne Rich here who sent us a dream, and thank you, Wayne, for this. And also, it's more of a prophecy that Wayne had. And the first thing I want to tell you is that all of us are holding space for you and are there for you when you have an operation that's coming up, which you'll hear about in a minute. Thank you for sending this to us. And we are so happy that you're in the spiritual community. And we would like to know if you can let us know the day that you go in so we can do work with you and the angels and the Reiki and all that. So whenever that is, Wayne, just let us know and we'll let others know. All right. So Wayne had a dream a couple of weeks ago. There was a leaking roof in the upstairs bathroom and 2 buckets catching water. Boy, that's so metaphoric. It's unbelievable. Right. One bucket had clear water in it and the other had black sludge. I thought I knew what it meant. And just a couple of days after that show, it was confirmed that I have kidney cancer. And I was right. I'm scheduled to have the offending organ removed early next week. Recovery will be around 6 weeks. I'm surprisingly calm about all this, as the surgeon is confident that it is contained and should be one and done. No chemo, nothing for kidney cancer, immunotherapy possible, but not freaking out. I think it's a combination of having gone through worse with his wife, Suzanne. But also, and thank you for this, I agree with you 100%. Being with all of us in this community, the people that will be there to support. So yes, your exposure to all of us and our exposure to you, prayers and well wishes are welcome. Yes. Wayne, that is amazing because of course the liquid, one of your kidneys is fine, clear water. The other was sludge. Oh my God. Go ahead, Kel.
It's really amazing.
It really is.
When Aley sent it to me, my first, my first thought was, I'm sending you so much love and prayers and like Aley and Teri and all of us here in chat too will be holding space for you. But I was so amazed that, you had such a prophetic dream that, you knew, I mean, your body, your higher self knew what was going on and gave you a little insight. And it's funny how in our dreams, how they'll use symbols and other ways to, to get the message across. So sending you so much love, Wayne.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I was thinking the other day that, it could have been the way that the message came through for you was very clear. I mean, that's amazing. But I was also thinking that if you have a kidney problem, you could have a dream where you're pissed off about something, if you get my drift. And so, it's all metaphoric, it's all symbolic, and it's also very individual. But you knew, and that's interesting that it was validation, but you used your own inner wisdom to validate it. Really, Wayne. Yeah. But I love that you shared it because it does show the importance of our dreams. It really does. It does. So I'm getting that things will balance themselves out for you and to be open to receive all of the love and healing from the community because we're going to be here for you. Absolutely.
And I got empathy, and that's what we have for you, Wayne. And then I got why to remind you to have faith.
And he does. It's very interesting, Wayne, that we can take the experiences that we have, as you did with Suzanne, and we can find comfort in the fact that, we got through this before. We can get through this again and not panic about it. So proud of you. Proud of you. Yeah.
Right.
Awesome.
So April 6th. Okay. Got it. Oh, that's Monday.
Wow.
That's Monday, Wayne.
Mhm.
Wow. Okay.
All right,
April
Wayne.
6th. Got it.
And then just have Suzanne let us know if you would, when you're out of surgery and all that other stuff, because you'll be a little groggy. So we will put it up for you, my dear. We will. And I'm sure that whoever is handling the Teri's and Annie's and Julie's meditation in the morning, we'll also put them in there. Okay?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Much love, Wayne. All right. The next one we have is Miss Vicky Wiki. And she says she was with a group of people. We packed up and we're moving on foot. There was sand, so we must have been on a beach. Before we left, we buried some CDs. I don't know why. We stopped, and a few of us made our way around a stone wall / barrier. On the other side, there was another group that were joining that and knew how to survive in this new place of different types of. I remember having a bunch of different types of stones, but they were all unorganized. I was looking at a particular one to represent the sun. When I turned, the stones were in a pattern, and the place looked more like a cave. And there were crystals and rocks arranged around the walls with energy beams between some of them. Wow. I had a question in my head of how will I know what to study? But I knew the answer. Study whatever interests you, study it all, and you will find where your gifts lie.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out the CDs being buried in the sand. At first, I thought that was preparation for possible lockdown or something like that, because CDs can also be, they can be the thing in the DVR thing, but they can, or music, but they can also be banknote, like bank.
Oh, right.
It may look like a CD, but it may mean like a 30-day money market, or that's called a CD, certificate of deposit. What do you think about these stones, Kel?
Well, I think the stones are helping her to guide her on a new path. But that burying the CDs, the first thing that I thought of was like, and I don't, and I'm just gonna say what burying the past. Not that not like you're trying to get out of the past, but you're leaving the past behind. You're burying the past is what I got. And then I got the crystals too are helping you learning to adapt.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Wiki says she figured they were old tech. Moving on. True. Yeah. But you never know if it means also you're putting them aside because you may need to use them again if things change. For instance, if our grid ever went down, but we had a, what do you call it? A generator that you could plug things in, and you didn't have the ability for internet or whatever, and you had CDs that were buried somewhere in your house, you could watch it. See my point? Yeah. But it's what it really means to you, Wiki. So that's perfectly, fine. But wow. Yeah.
I pulled create. That and then because you're being redirected. Why? Because you're being redirected to a new path. And I feel like those crystals are a part of the guidance to help guide you onto your new path.
What I like about it is the stones were in no particular order, but you're not leaving any stones unturned.
Yeah.
That. So what I get is a commitment. You're committing to something, and they're saying it doesn't matter what you study, because you'll be drawn to study what you need to study in order to be that. Your talents will come out from that. So I think there's a lot there, Wiki. Yeah. Wow. Yes, Rossi, we're moving to a new age with new possibilities. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I like it too. I like your dream, Wiki. And sand, shifting sands,
Mm-hmm.
shifting sands. There could be all kinds of different metaphors in there like that. Yeah, it was a lot. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, it always surprises me actually when I see people and their dream is like this and they remembered it all because
Right.
usually we get bits and pieces of one. So, yeah,
And
yeah.
she loves the beach.
Yes, she does. Yes, she does. So that is very symbolic for you as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, you don't remember many, but when you do, they're doozies. Well, they're important if you remember them. They're really very important for you. Because, and I had one the other day. It's been a long, long time. I was in an antique store, and this man was there, and his name was. It was Mandy Patinkin. I don't know if you know who he is. He's an actor. He's older now, but he was just he wanted to move. He lived in North Dakota and he was visiting and he wanted me to come live with him in North Dakota. And he said he was on the Canadian line there. And when I woke up, I remembered everything about it, because he was an older man. And we went to this place into North Dakota, and I'm looking around for a Starbucks. And I told him I couldn't stay there if there wasn't one.
Oh, I
So
love
you get all this. You can get all this. Yeah, these things mixed up in with each other.
Why I'm shocked is because all I dreamt about last night was being in antique shops. I woke up just going, what the heck? I was in one antique shop after another antique shop, and I used to own an antique shop, and I wasn't in that one, but I was in all of these other antique shops. For me to remember that, and then you to say that you were in. Wow.
Yep. I know. Isn't that is, well, we do that often, don't we?
We do.
Yeah, we do. Thanks to all of those who have come in that we've not said hello to. Just a reminder that Teri is in England for a month and will not be here, but her channel will still be streaming the Dream Show every week. And Diana's still getting better. So that's why there's Kelly and I here today. And there were lots and lots of long dreams that we're going over today. So you're welcome to put in if you have something. But we have quite a number to go through as well. So thank you, Wiki. That was fascinating. All right. So the next person I have is Brina, and she's got some below, and I'm going to try to get to all of those postings. So she said she's been having dreams about going to a college level physics class and acing the class to the point that I actually think about changing my major to physics. Physics is my weakest class ever. Okay. I love this. I love school dreams anyway. Oh, and then I had another dream about a guy from my past. We wound up in a department store and I was in a dressing room trying to get my clothes back on because the guy was going to purchase the clothes that I tried on. I kept apologizing to the women who worked in the store about being so slow. They assured me he was still waiting. I was embarrassed. I'm afraid to ask what this dream means. I'm embarrassed. Oh, honey, I had a dream about me going to live with Mandy Patinkin in North Dakota. So it's right. It's A-okay. I'm going to tackle the first one. Metaphysics is a type of physics, and that's what spirituality is. And so you're acing the class. And you're interested in spirituality / metaphysics, and you know what to do, even though you don't think you do, because you think it's your weakest area. Now, I recognize that physics and metaphysics aren't exactly the same, but because you're talking about a dream that you're having, I feel like that's important. I also think that this happened to me in college. I was an English major, but I took a geography class and I ended up double majoring. And my other part of my major was geography. And it was because the teacher was so darn good. And he drew me in. So I'm thinking that perhaps this person that you were learning this from at this college was explaining it well enough for you to ace it and for you to understand it. Whereas when you were younger or back there at that time, you weren't ready for the material. either way, whether it's metaphysics or regular physics. But Kelly?
Yeah, Brina, I feel like it's a little nudge for you to push forward to make this change. And so I feel like earthbound, that was that little nudge that you needed to have. And but I also feel like too, it's leveling up. It's like you're leveling up. And being in the dressing room, and this guy's going to buy your clothes, and so you're feeling, almost panicked and having to hurry to get those clothes off so you can hand them over. I'm wondering if it isn't um the urgency that you're feeling, like, you need to hurry up and do this, before it's too late. But what I'm getting is, you're right on time. You're not behind.
Yeah.
And I got the dream was to inspire you.
Mm.
And then I got why, to open doors you haven't seen yet.
Yes. There you go. There you go. And it's interesting because what I got was barrier, and I feel like you talked about the barrier that you didn't do well in the physics class, and then your barrier being in the dressing room. You got to hurry up. You got and they're checking and seeing that he's still there, and back and forth and back and forth. It's to show your strength of spirit, and I think what it's trying to tell you is there isn't anything that you can't do, whether it be learning something new or changing things, because you're changing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. I love that, Aley.
Yeah. I think so. Yep. Hurry and change. And you know what? A lot of people I don't know if you like things to change, Brina, but sometimes we need to change things up in order to move forward. So that's
so true.
Resilience. I like that. Yep.
So true.
Very nice. Yeah. And Wiki says he waited. He waited for you. So you didn't have to hurry. He was patient. And a lot of people aren't. And myself included at times.
Well, and we were just talking about that backstage, about patience, that, so many of us, and me, that's something I need to work on.
Yep. Absolutely. Well, I think that was awesome, Brina. And thank you for that. I hope that makes sense. I know it was two different dreams, but I think they had messages as well for you. So that's fabulous. All right, so we're at Lorraine's coming up, and it isn't three dreams. She said it's one dream, but there's three parts or something to it. So I'm going to go over there to my email and read it from there.
Okay.
And let's see what we can do here.
Yeah.
Anybody else, go ahead and put up your stuff, please, because with just two of us here tonight, we're kind of plowing through these really fast, which is fine. All right, what's this screenshot? All right. So the first screenshot says, documenting my dream of a blue, yellow, and white bird. I want to write that down. Blue, yellow. Oh, that's Ukraine. You Googled to find the bird, and it was a Eurasian blue tit. Okay. And it is from areas including Iran. Okay. It represents joy, blessings, happiness, and divine protection. Wow. That is right there. Gave me the chills. All right. The next part, Lorraine. Let's see. Oh, okay. I'm going to try to put this up. Oh, what a beautiful bird. Open with text to image. Let's see if I can get it up. Teri's the one that does this so well. Is this image file?
I appreciate it so very much.
I hope this is what I think it is. I'm afraid to open it, actually. Nope, that was her. Okay, that's okay. That's what she had texted me.
Uh-oh. Okay, we are waiting for Aley to get back. Let me see here. I'm going to go into the dreams to see what we have going on here. And I can't click on them until Aley gets back. Okay, you know what I'm going to do while we are waiting for Aley? I can't put the dreams up.
Sorry.
Oh, there she is. There she is. I was going to just move on to the next, find one in here until you came back. I knew I couldn't put it up, but I thought, well,
I went to the third slide you sent, Lorraine, and all I got was Teri's show header. So I didn't think that's what it was. But you do mention in here. Wait a minute. Well, I feel like I did see her today. I'm not being able to figure this out. Darn it. Where is it? I can't get back to where that thing was in the very beginning. Sorry, everybody.
And is this is Lorraine?
Lorraine's dream, yeah. Yep. So she says, to give more context, it was a chaotic environment with she said the colors we knew, the colors that we knew, and then she shows me this bird that is a bird that goes to Iran. I mean, that is found in Iran. Okay. So that now she's saying, to give more context, I was in a chaotic environment. Everyone was dirty, afraid, and confused. And I stood still, held out my hands, and the bird landed on my right hand. It stayed with me. I woke up calm and did research and found the bird and what the symbolic symbol of it means. Also, the bird is from different places, including Iran. Remember, I'm terrified of war. You know, initially with the colors, I thought it was Ukraine, but it's just another war. So the fact that the colors sort of fit in with Iran as well show us that you've got these probably two at least on your mind. But you're holding out your hands and the bird lands on your right hand. Kel, I don't know. What do you think?
I do think this is kind of a prolific dream again. And what I like, Lorraine, is that you woke up calm, and it was almost like the bird was bringing a message, and the yellow to me always means joy, joy, and the blue, I kind of always go to the throat chakra, and so yeah, the chaos from peace, that there is hope, and I really feel like this April is gonna, I really feel is gonna be like the ending of the war, and so I feel like like what Rossi's saying, there's peace and hope coming, and you just got a little glimpse of it. It was almost like that bird was bringing you the message, like, you know what, don't get upset, don't fret, don't fear, that calm is coming, and it is. We just got to get through the next month.
She did feel calm once the bird landed in her right hand, which I thought was important. I agree with you though, Kelly. It's just interesting because we have been involved in the Ukraine war as much as, of course, this is a new war, and they don't call it a war, but you know, we know it is.
We know why too. They're not calling it a war.
We know why. Yeah. But I like what you have to say, Rossi. From chaos comes peace and hope. because, it is a bird, and it's a bird that is seen in Iran. So right there, that's amazing. I'm glad you looked that up. That's fabulous. That is just fabulous. I got passion. And that might seem strange. I know you don't like war. I don't know that any of us really like it, but I think, Lorraine, that you have probably had more than your fair share of being involved in past life wars. And so any of these things trigger that feeling for you. But it says that maybe this is a blessing in disguise.
Right?
I never thought about that before, about this war being a blessing in disguise.
And it's really hard to think of it that way.
Definitely is. Yeah. Yep.
I got purpose, Lorraine, that you had this dream for a purpose. And then I got why, to help you grow stronger. And I think to let go of the fear and to remind you that there is that joy with that bird symbolism, that there is peace. Peace is on its way, even though it just doesn't feel like it right now, but it is.
Yeah, it's amazing. I like this too. Wiki says that's growth, to go from being terrified of war to facing it and being calm. That bird made all the difference to you. That bird is the thing that calmed you down the most. And I think some part of your subconscious mind said, oh, okay, if I look at this in a different way, I can just not live with it, if you know what I mean. You can get through it. You can get through what you need to get through in order to. Wow. And Garnet said he had a bird land on his hand, or land next to him. Yeah, in the bush. Yeah. Wow. That is fabulous. So joy is new to your daily affirmations, and blue is your favorite color.
There you have it.
Yeah. Charlie says receiving peace. Yeah. You don't know why you held your hands up, but what happens when you do hold your hands out? You're offering yourself up to others. You're welcoming people. You are, what do we do when we give up? Sometimes we go, oh, I give up. Do you do that? I mean, maybe some.
I give up. I use my hands.
Forget it. Yeah. So that seems to resonate with me. And but singing like a bird. There you go. Yeah,
I like that.
I like it too. Yeah. Wow. I don't know why I chose to. Yeah. But yes. And there's other peace. There's peace of mind. So, yeah. Which
is a huge facet in it, because when we are living in a state of fear and that chaos, that's, it's so hard on our bodies and our nervous system. And so, having that bird come in and just to remind you that, to be calm and the joy.
Right. Absolutely. So we have a little bit of time to talk about some things tonight with regard to remembering dreams. And I've always wanted to have this opportunity, but we've been slammed, and we still have some people to analyze, but we have a little bit less to worry about here. But what I want you to remember, I actually was in another show and someone asked me about a dream that they had. And the first question that I asked them was, what did it feel like? Now, you did tell us, Lorraine, in your dream that you felt peaceful and calm. And that makes a huge difference, because it could have been that you felt scared, frightened, angry, and that will tell you a lot about how you feel about what's being shown to you. And what's being shown to you can be shown in such odd ways. That's why we all say, oh, I had this weird dream. Well, your subconscious mind is the one that makes it. But you actually are the one with those symbols. You're the one feeling those feelings. for me, when I was dreaming about the antique stores, it was a beautiful day and I was having tea and coffee and cake. And it was like all this beauty was around me. And I didn't want to wake up because I felt like, wow, this is great. I'm having a good day, you know?
Best day ever.
And yeah, and it could have been that instead I was mad. It was raining outside. People were nasty. That makes a difference in what the dream means. It really, really does. So if you can try and remember what you felt, were you angry? Were you happy? Were you whatever? And also what you think about things. For instance, if Lorraine was afraid of birds, that wouldn't have been a good dream. And she's got this bird.
Very good point.
This bird landing on her hand and maybe dropping a turd or whatever. But if she, and it's interesting too that I know the word tit is slang for breast, and I know that there are birds that are called tit birds, and there's titmouse and so forth. But it's also, even though it's a euphemism, it's if the breast is very nurturing and very you receive sustenance from it. Babies receive sustenance by form of milk, and so it would be something that could be. So it just depends. If people have never used the word, then they're not going to associate it with that for that reason. And most of us women don't say that, you know. But it's nothing wrong with saying it, or feeling it, or hearing it, or whatever. So it's like I've told you before. When I have a dream about these boys I went to high school with, and their last name was Door, and there are two of them. When I see one of them, I know a new door will open, and if I see two of them, I'm going to have to choose between two doors. So, yeah,
I love that.
Yeah, and nobody else would get that out of it. They don't know the Door boys, and you know they might see something very different. So it's very important, and there's so much to be said also about creating a dream. Your own dream dictionary, your own dream encyclopedia of what different things mean. You know, if you don't like dogs, then you have a dream about a dog, oh my God, you know, then it's scary to you. So these things help, and they help you remember, and they also help you to understand some of these things. And I think it's important to mention that. So yes, we keep abreast of situations. Thank you. And that sounds like, oh, that's a pun. No, but it's true. Yes, it's true. It is. Or you don't want to be a boob about something, right? I mean, you know, it could be that. But look what Lorraine's saying. Her sister-in-law is having both breasts removed later this month. She has cancer, and she's only 48.
I'm so sorry, Lorraine.
I am sorry too, but it might be because she has a war right now with her breasts. Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
But it's another type of war. And this particular one was was a blue, whatever you said, and it was a tit. So, yeah. But you already know that you have prophetic dreams all the time, Lorraine.
She does. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
But she's your brother's widow. Okay, honey. I'm so sorry. We'll put her on the prayer list too. Put her first name in, and Annie Bear will probably take it down. Yeah. All right. Oh, yeah. You've been working on deciphering your dreams. I love it. It is. I mean, I love that people bring in their thoughts, because their thoughts also bring new ideas and information to us. But ultimately, if we say something to you, it's just our interpretation. It doesn't mean it's 100% right. It's just, it's how we see it if we had the dream. So it's important for you to all know that you really do have the ability to understand them. You just don't know. You don't think you do, but, so your dreams, Debbie, have been taken over by past life experiences. Well, you need to work on them then. That's why they're coming to you. Yeah. They're saying, okay, we got your attention now.
Not always the funnest, but it's hard work, Debbie, but you're doing it, and soon you'll be out of it.
Yeah. Yes, it might also show you a reason why you're back. Maybe you didn't handle something earlier and you had to come back to handle it again.
I am going to quick go throw her out.
Of course. Take your time. Don't throw her though.
No.
Oh, all right. Oh, you're, darn it, you're a sweetheart. Hypnicity, your niece had a double mastectomy last summer. Sounds like she beat the cancer. Well, I hope so. I certainly hope so. And her name is Charity. Wow.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Oh, we all need help deciphering. Honestly, Kelly and I and Teri will during the week. What do you guys think this means?
Yep. We do it all the time.
It's not. No, we're not experts. We're just learning. Yes, it is good to have that. Lady Karashka, your dreams have been so intense, stacking layer on layer. Well, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. And if they are intense, then you're working on something big deal. You really are. Yeah. Yep. Hi, Carolyn Lipkins. Yes, the kitty was is that Taco? Is that the name of that cat?
That's Claire.
That's Claire. Which one?
Yeah.
Claire Audio? Claire Sentient?
You know what? She helps keep them aligned, boy.
I bet she does. I bet she does.
You know what? I'm going to post a picture on my what do you call it?
You're posting on community page? Yeah.
Yeah, on the community page. Yep. I'm gonna post a picture of her. The other night I'd gotten 2 new crystals and I had them laying on the bed. She literally cuddled up with both the crystals. It was the cutest thing ever. So I'll post the picture. I mean, she's a little healer, but I'm guessing she was hungry. That's usually when she starts. Yeah. And she probably wanted to say hi to everybody.
Yeah. Mary Stashen, I've never heard of Stefan Burns's selling tea to enhance dreams. That's a great thing to share. If you know who he is, he's on YouTube. I didn't realize he had selling things like that. Hi, Seascape. Yeah. What's this? You've been seeing 3 white cranes flying over several times a day. I have something to say about that, but we have some other dreams just to finish up on. But I will say this, when I studied the martial arts, the crane energy is balance. It's finding the balance. And so some of the times that you're learning some moves in martial arts, you'll get standing on one foot like the crane might do, or you get the beak thing going on as a way of protecting yourself. But crane energy is very nice. And the number 3, it's the triad, you know, we all need to know that we're balanced. Absolutely.
And the white too, you know, brings in, you know, it's the peace. It's the peaceful, a peaceful color.
Hi, Ron. It's nice to see you. Yes. All right. So we got Mary Starshine. She was flying through white puffy clouds. They opened to a brilliant golden sky, and next to me was a huge butterfly that was winging next to me. The butterfly looked like a huge pencil drawing, as big as a giant eagle, and the sun was rising and very bright.
Wow.
Well, it's a butterfly. That's transformation.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. I'm going to go in there and look at the first part of it again.
Yep.
My attention span is
it's okay.
is waning
for you. Again, I got the trust card. I really think that our guides are asking us to trust in the process, and a lot of us are hanging by our fingernails, and but it almost seems like transformation is coming and things are going to come out and be gold. It will be a new golden age or a golden era. And I don't mean the kind that's in the White House on the wall. I mean, like, you know, a love, like a pot of gold, like, and it will be for all of us.
Yeah. I got trust too, Aley.
Yeah. Wow.
I got trust. And then I got to help you heal. And so I think sometimes, you know, our ancestors come through in the form of butterflies. And so
Mhm.
it could have been an ancestor coming through that is helping you through something you're going through right now.
Mhm.
And like Aley said, transformation, you could very possibly be going through a transformation, and that your ancestors are helping you get through it. And then for both of us to get trust, that's huge.
That is huge. I also get that it needs you to know that you're preparing for a miracle, and all of us have been lasting for one. So, yeah, yeah.
That's a good one.
Wow. Um, Maybe the clouds are parting and your ascension is on its way. Sunshine and butterflies speak to joy and a better tomorrow. Absolutely.
I love that.
Absolutely. And
Mhm.
we are ready for the shift. We really
Yep.
are. Yeah, we are so ready. Um, oh, so you looked it up, the bird up again, Lorraine, and the blue tit is also from Ukraine and Russia.
Whoa. Wow.
Awesome. 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 Yeah. I love that.
That's
I do.
really cool.
Yeah. Yep. Very
You
nice.
nailed it, Aley.
Yeah, I guess so. Didn't think, when it was just me using the colors, because I know the Ukraine flag is
Blue and
blue,
yellow.
white, and yellow. And that was why that spoke to me right away. But well, Mary, I wanna come in and join you on your dreams. That sounds like a dream that I would like to see. So
Right?
from your dream space to mine, send it along. I'll take it.
Yes. Yes, please.
All right. So Patricia, you've got a dance partnership tryout, and she is a ballroom dancer. So
Yes.
the man and his instructor both put me down. Man would not accept the ideas of improving and have had negative tryouts. But what does this mean in dream form? Discrimination. Do you feel discriminated? They are trying to undercut all of us, Patricia, all us women here in this country. They're saying that they'd like to change the voting to only white men and only those that are homeowners and have children. And it's going back to that
Mhm.
pre-slave day thing. Let's put you down. You must have felt lousy about it? Did you feel like, what the hell? I mean, I'd be
Right?
interested. Yeah, I'd like to know what. I mean, I think I would, but
Yeah, it really does kind of feel like what's going on in the collective about, just putting the kibosh on women's rights, just from, for, like you said, and
mhm.
they don't want us to vote. I mean, they're wanting to suppress
Yeah.
us. I got barrier that it's a barrier that, could be put up by people
Mhm.
around you, that you need to maybe take a look at it. And but this is interesting. I got why, because you're called to evolve. So
Mm.
the
Mhm.
barriers are made to be broken down. And so
Yeah.
if you are feeling like this in your day-to-day life, I would definitely speak up. And
Well, she said she felt surprised that this was happening. And don't you think we're all feeling surprised of everything that's happening? But in particular, they're not only going after minorities, they're not only going after immigrants, they're going after everybody, including women.
yeah.
And there was somebody that I can't remember. I don't listen to all of it, but somebody was saying how, women just have to stay home. They shouldn't work. Their jobs, like that old school philosophy of. And so Patricia is up dancing and doing her passion, and they're wanting to shut her down.
Mhm.
And so, it's microcosm, macrocosm. I don't know if you felt this way at work before, and I'm sure there have been people like that. But you're in a position in the dream where you're a dancing partner. I don't think the men want to dance together either. And so you're like, what the hell is, and you've evolved. The society we've lived in has evolved over the 70s and 80s and so on. And so it says here, this is to help you walk through uncharted paths. And I think we're all going to be asked to do that. So, yeah. Yep. I agree. Wow. But women are uniting. Yep. And men are evolving and bringing in their women that are standing up. There are men that are doing that, but we have to nourish ourselves and each other. No more divisions. Yeah.
Right.
Evolution. Yep. Absolutely.
So true. Yep. We won't sit down and we won't shut up.
That's right. All right. So we've got Garnet saying a lot of his dreams where he couldn't find where he parked his car. I can only put it down. I had an alcoholic neighbor. He used to smash up every car I had. I had to find places to park it. It was a living nightmare. The man was sick. Oh. So you had to hide from destruction. And so you couldn't find where you, yeah, I would be confused too, because you probably can't park it in the same spot every night. You know, number one, there wouldn't be a spot every night, the same spot, but just the idea that you would have to inconvenience yourself just to have the safety of you know, that your car wouldn't be destroyed by your neighbor.
That would be awful. And having those dreams that you can't find something are also maddening. Because I have them often. I have them often too. I got the dream was to help you prepare in your daily life, you know, to make sure that your car was safe. And then I got why to remind you of your power.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And this is interesting because it's like, relax, we got you covered. It almost reminds me like nowadays you could take a picture where you parked your car. So in the morning when you're trying to remember where you put it, you have an idea where it is. But yeah, the time, and it's because the timing wasn't right for you at that time. And so it felt discombobulated and inconvenient, of course. And your car is an extension of you also, Garnet.
Yes.
And it is your, you know, the driver's seat of life. You know, you need to know that you're in the driver's seat, that it's your life, that you're, and you were being compromised by this neighbor who is taking your ability to live freely away from you because you had to find a different solution to the problem. Wow. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, that power. Yeah.
Yeah. And you're right. The car, his car is the way forward. He can't find it. He feels lost. Yeah. Some of it could be that too. I mean, it could mean he remembers the neighbor, and it could also mean in his own life as well. I don't like to bring it up. 12 years. Oh my God, it lasted 12 years. Well, no wonder. Yeah.
Garnet, that's a long time.
Yeah, it is.
And there's that fear too, right? That is tied to it, you know, because, you know, you don't know, you know, how drunk he's going to get and the capabilities and, you know, is he going to be out driving tonight? And, you know, there's that inner fear of, oh my gosh, what?
Yeah. Is he going to take a tire iron and smash my car up, or because he's so drunk, he doesn't know what he's doing? Yeah. Yeah, this is 52% of women ages 20 to 34 are single, no children. They are the majority in the demographic. This is what Project 2025 wanted, has backfired because they don't want kids. But I will tell you this, it isn't real pleasant news, but all of the young people in the detention center, they are making them not allowing them to have any kind of medical help. And there's a lot of young women in there that are pregnant, and they're not allowing them to to take care of themselves, so to speak. And so there's a lot underneath the surface. And, we really need to pray for those folks in those places, because it isn't really that good. So
lots of prayers for them.
Yep. All right. On a kinder note, you couldn't go out. You'd super glue your locks. Oh my God. God, what a nightmare. Oh my God. That's crazy. Oh, wow. I'm sorry.
Oh, I can't imagine.
I know.
I mean, even thinking about it right now, I just, my heart and everything.
I know.
That fear of all the what ifs. What if he does this? What if he does that? Oh, Garnett.
What if I need to go to the hospital? Or what if I have an emergency? Yeah. Oh my Lord. Well, I'm glad
so sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry I'm glad you're over all that right now. But so our last thought is from our friend, dear Peter Booker. She would say a lone monarch butterfly was her grandpa. Carolyn called them flutterbys. I love that. Beautiful.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. And especially, I wonder if it's kind of probably really dark there now, Peter, but you just know she's fluttering by.
She will be.
For your 30th anniversary. And that's beautiful. Thank you.
Yep. She's celebrating you, Peter. Just know that she's with you. And Absolutely. It'll be really interesting now this summer to pay attention to the butterflies, because I really feel like she too will come in a form of a butterfly. So to keep your eyes peeled.
Oh, there you go, Peter. And you probably already knew that, though. That's amazing. Wow. Carolyn, you have that problem in your country here. They make your wheel broke. They think it's invalid parking in front of their homes. Oh, they have the boot thing in Boston. If you park your car in the wrong place, or in New York, they'll put this thing on called the boot, and they'll lock it, and you can't move your car. But it's not your neighbor. It's usually done by the police department or something, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we do have neighbors here where when we first moved here, if you parked in front of their house, you would get a note on your windshield that would say, please don't park in front of my house. My other neighbor would put cones out in front of his house so nobody could park.
People strange.
Yeah.
And I have a neighbor up the hill who has a big pickup truck and a Trump flag that's probably about 20 by 40 that he has fly on his. So I get it. It's like, it's anything for attention. Yeah, anything for attention. Anyway.
That's exactly it.
Well, thank you everybody for your dreams tonight. We had a great time. Thank you for being here with me and Kelly. And you can always send all of us, if you have a dream that you want shared and it's hard to put it into the chat, send it to heartandsoulconnected@gmail.com or Kelly's. Give them your email, Kel.
It is kellyhealer@outlook.com.
Outlook.com. And at least for now, because like I say, Teri won't be here. Diana is still not here. So this way we'll get your dream and we'll be able to talk about it until everybody gets back. Yeah.
I misspoke. It's kellyhealer@outlook.com. My other one is.
That's CALI, like California.
Yep.
Healer, same word. Well, like on her, at outlook.com. Right? Okay. Yeah. Perfect. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Yes. Thank you. Sweet dreams.
Bye-bye, everybody.